The String Ninjas Podcast.
Come get some. Don't have time to play with myself.
Take it easy. We're the good guys.
Hail to the king, baby.
The String Ninjas Podcast.
You guys suck.
It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. One yank, and then you come.
Welcome, boys and girls, children of all ages, to the String Ninjas Podcast, episode whatever of season 2. We have with us today the lovely Jai Sion, although I know you as Jai Mcconnell, but that's not as exotic. Jai
No, it's actually
Mcconnell.
Shan.
Shan, is that what it is? Shan?
Yeah.
So,
Oh fuck, how many years have you
know.
known?
I just called you Jai Sion, I think, because every time I fire, din Sion, they're the fucking, but yeah. So yeah, welcome. Sorry for everything so far.
Okay.
Because you've been here for about half an hour listening to us talk shit.
It's great.
So,
it's alright.
Yeah. So how have you been? I've been asking everybody just how have you been, because it's like, and then we'll let you talk for a while, and then we'll interrupt you with stories about us, and that'll be us. So, what's your crack? What have you been up to?
Just working away, doing some music, doing a bit of recording, and trying to get my own stuff out there a wee bit, and just jamming and child rearing, really.
I've seen you're doing loads of stuff with the Belfast Busking Band at the minute. You seem to be out in the sunshine with them.
I'm just like taking over now and again. I'm not actually.
You're Yoko in that band. You're just in there going, no.
I'm not actually a part of the band. I just jump in and go, hiya.
It's funny because we had Rwanda and she was talking about she's doing stuff with Tony.
Yes.
Yeah, so there you go. You've got competition now. Storm on two fronts.
Dun, dun, dun.
Things are going to get moist, wet, fiery. What?
Oh.
But yeah, because we were talking about funny. We were chatting to Rwanda about we've all been on some form of reality TV show in some way, and so have you.
Yes.
You got to meet the one and only Kylie, if I remember correctly.
Kylie Minogue, yes.
Kylie Minogue.
I got to meet all of them, actually. They were all...
You actually, how far did you get it? It was The Voice, wasn't it?
Yes, it was Voice UK, so I made it just before the live shows, Knockouts, which I was really glad to be knocked out because I got to have my life back, but I really enjoyed the experience.
I think everybody, because when we were all talking about it, the general consensus is it's good at the time, and then when it finishes, you sort of realise all the shit that you know, that you were like sort of not privy to at the time because you were sort of star-gazed or whatever the fucking
You're
starstruck.
exhausted and starstruck and freaking riddled with anxiety because you were like, what way are they going to edit me? I'm a bit mental.
Well, that's it. Yeah, see, that's something I never thought of it because it's
Yeah.
not like they just go because like we're doing this and I literally can't be arse fucking editing anything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to jam it all together, wrap a wee banner around it, and stick it out there. But like you never think like you could just have a sentence and they could cut it. They make you out to be all sorts of crazy bastards, like do they?
And they kind of did. They made me look a wee bit cheeky to Will.i.am because Will.i.am was cheeky to me, but they cut what Will.i.am said to me.
He goes out-
What
did he say to you?
He says, "You want my number in your phone?" And I was like, "Oh, is that right? Fuck's sake!"
Didn't know where you were from, but that's like people don't realise that we're fucking. That's the way we get on. If you be a bit of a dick, we're gonna be a bit of a dick back. It's not gonna be. So people just mistake that as like, oh, you're just bastards. And it's
I don't
like,
think the English audience took it so well. I got a few couple tweets like, "Oh, you can't talk to Will.i.am like that," and I was like, "Get the fuck off!"
He's like, so like I remember what was it with the Black Eyed Peas came out with Ella Funk, was it not Ella Funk? What was the album? Elephant or something like that. It was Where's the Love was on it.
Yes.
No, that was when they really hit it big because I remember I was asked to download their albums illegally for somebody off LimeWire. I think I was like fucking 12 or something when I did it. So I don't think I'm culpable for that there. But yeah, and I remember listening to the earlier albums and them being really good.
They were good.
And then Where's the Love seemed to be the transition point where that album came out, and then after that it was just fucking no effort. Ultimately, no effort in the music, like.
Yeah. Absolutely, it actually changed the female singer. It was not Fergie to begin with. It was actually another black girl.
Was it? Oh, I didn't realise that.
I actually came across this. So it was another black girl, and then they dropped her and picked Fergie. Who was a bit more.
I can see why.
Apparently light skinned.
Have you seen
They're
Fergie?
claiming.
Fergie did the NBA.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's really
finals.
bad.
And
It's really bad.
That's what happens when you take auto-tune out of a fucking...
Because it was funny because Fergie did that, and then Jack Black did the women's NBA one where he sang the anthem, and it gives you fucking... Because Jack Black can
It's
sing,
amazing.
and
Yeah.
he's like, I'm not pitch perfect and I'm not classically trained,
Yeah.
but I can sing, and he just blew the tits clean off everybody.
He did they were doing like a presser for Jumanji on Graham Norton, and he like made up a theme tune for the Jumanji film. I'm actually get goosebumps thinking about it.
And then they did
just that voice is fucking insane.
He's brilliant. Jumanji's actually quite a good film.
Oh, to be fair,
Have you seen it?
Yeah. Oh no, I haven't seen the new one. I've only seen the old
They're
one.
actually really good. I'm just like, oh, you know, like Robin Williams.
yeah.
Well-
Jumanji.
But they
you know,
really does they
they
went
opened it up
completely
a good
different
bit.
direction.
So it's like, they're all fucking. So instead of them being themselves and Jumanji
Yeah.
comes to them, they
Yeah.
go into Jumanji, and you know it's quite good because Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
When he's out of the game, he's like a big strong jock.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then when he's in the game, he's Kevin Hart and he's tiny and he's like, "What the fuck?
and the
Why am I
Rock-
so
yeah.
small?"
And the Rock's a weasel in real life, but gets into the game and he's like,
He's
oh
built
my
like a
god,
pig.
oh the muscles.
But,
and then
I-
he smoulders.
I was very. I tried to do that.
That's a
I
superpower.
love The Rock.
The
Rock
girls are
too.
like, do that again. He goes, do what again? You know, say what you said. He goes, we have to. It's like we have to save him soon. And they all go, off. I was at fucking Wriggles, wasn't that? Because I was like, I didn't want to watch it because I was like, you know, but it was actually really good. So yeah, go see The Rock in the Jumanji films.
There's actually a skit where them two, Kevin Hart and The Rock, where they play each other. And they're doing like an interview and they're playing each other, and it's
There
hilarious.
seemed to be a
Lad Bible.
really good on-screen
Have you seen it? Yeah.
romance. They did. Did you ever watch that Counterintelligence?
No.
Where The
Central
Rock.
intelligence as
Well, it's Central Intelligence,
fucking tremendous.
It's very funny, where The Rock's fucking, like, he was like a real chubby fat guy in school, and then he like disappears, and the guy who, like Kevin Hart, who was like top of the class and everybody loved him, but he was that size in high school, but he's still that same size though as an adult, and then he meets your man, The Rock, and he's like come in buff as fuck, but he's like really like. He's like almost like he's a CIA agent, so he's able to kill people and all this here. But he's like super bubbly and all. He's like, "Hi, no, we should throw hand grenades." And like they're fucking, they're talking about each other.
I struck the bloopers out of it are fantastic.
It's
as
very
well.
fucking good. Like,
They have like that. I think there's no fake. And that's just a pure bromance that they have going on. It's incredible.
If you're wondering what this orange gloop is in the fucking
Up
in
the
the
sweaty
glasses,
socks.
we found Iron Brew in a bottle. So Jai disclosed that for her birthday.
Sorry, you should explain where. It was at a shop. It was like a fucking outside.
No, it
the
was
sunflower.
outside. Did you think I bought that in the shop? No.
It's just standing there.
So yeah, we found it. Decided to celebrate. And it was just coincidental that you said you'd done your fucking
DNA ancestry.
test.
I'm 48% Scottish, not one bit Irish.
That's so weird but then I assume the other 51% is Thai. Like.
Yeah, well, it's actually Thai and Cambodian and Vietnamese, and then there's a bit of like, I think, a place called, you know what, in Burma? Dai, I think it is. I don't know if
Dai.
It's D-A-I. I may be pronouncing it wrong because it's the Scottish side. So,
Golly.
I'm allowed to be racist. I'm Scottish, basically.
You go, that, I'm one of you guys. Well, till about here, and then after that, I'm fucking.
just explains the rage I think I have inside of me sometimes.
The incredible drinking habits as well.
Yeah,
The love for haggis.
I haven't tried that yet. No.
Haggis is fucking great.
Get
Have
it
you
in,
never
yeah.
had haggis?
Never had
Oh, I love it.
haggis.
It's like meat and potatoes literally had a baby with each other. It's like that. It's like we went, what am I going to do with all this random meat and all this bag of potatoes? Let's mush it together and fucking see what comes out. And it
Never heard that.
So it sounds like black pudding though.
yeah, it sort of
Yeah.
is. Only way out, but you can actually taste the like starch in it. You know what I mean? Like it's really.
There's
sheep's
less blood
stomach.
in haggis.
There's less blood in it.
Actually,
There's, it's
is
like
there any blood
very.
in haggis?
There's oats. I think there's oats in it. I think that's what it is. Like there's oats that soak up all the shite in it. But it's fucking great. First time I had it was in Edinburgh on a burger. It's like a fucking big slab of it on the beef burger. It's unreal.
I'm good. I actually quite like weird food. I would try anything.
Well,
Really.
how would you define weird food, though, given your ancestry? Because you're Scottish and Asian.
I love.
Dog haggis.
I don't know. I love weird seafood. I would go for mad weird seafood. I don't think I'd go as far as bugs though.
What, like cuttlefish or something? How would you call that?
Would
weird?
you eat the fucking, what do you call it, the blowfish? You know, like in The Simpsons, where because it is an actual
Oh, yes,
Japanese
it's
thing.
poisonous.
Yeah, but they have to. It's like a very
Yeah.
specific part of it is
I
only
would.
edible. Would you have a go at it? Like?
I would fucking have a go at that,
Yeah, that's
definitely.
crazy.
Unless it was somebody that was doing it properly. Don't want to risk my
I have
life.
a question for you, because I get slagged because I'm quite adventurous with my food and I do eat things. But do you know the live squid thing?
Oh yes, yes, I've seen that.
Where do you stand on that?
I don't want to eat things alive, but that they can kind of like, you know, like that movie out of Old Man where he's
Old
eating-
boy.
Old Boy,
Literally in my
yes.
head. That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking. Do you know, apparently he was a vegan and he had to do that like 3 or 4 times.
Wow.
Have you seen it, Old Boy?
Yeah, no,
Where
yeah.
and it's just crawling up his face and he's like,
Oh no.
No, because
Oh,
my
okay,
favourite
that's
dish in the world is steak tartare, and then I like a tuna tartare and things like that there. But people
tuna
say we
tartare
go,
is not as
"What's
bad because like you get your tuna uncooked really in tins.
Aye. No, that's different. That uncooked.
Cured.
Well,
it's like brined.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's not. It's,
But you know, people go like, "Oh, I don't want to eat fucking food that's mooing." You're like, it's not mooing, mate. It's dead because
Yeah.
I cut out his fucking vocal cords first.
you just run over and just bite the fucking throw an egg on a cow and just grab it.
Better still, just get a chicken, just shove it up its hole. Fucking. There
Oh, lovely. Well, whatever gets you off.
It's a Saturday night for you.
The pandemic was long.
The fucking all new definitely like you, cow tipping's now an official sport around your way.
No, it's fucking not.
Tipping, you leave a fiver after you're finished. That's what there you are. Get yourself a wee nice bale of hay there, love. Gives a wee suck in your udders.
I hope Peter's not watching this.
No, actually, it's funny. But we said something the other day, and we were like, right, well, that's the Peter sponsor. Gone. I can't remember what the fuck it was. It was way worse than that. It was way worse than chicken fucking a cow.
Oh my
No,
god.
it's probably me talking about foie gras or something
Actually,
like
here,
that.
Cluck and Bell, isn't that a thing? It's like a
from
restaurant.
Beauty and the Beast.
Cluck and Bell. No, I was going to say a whole new world. That's Princess Jasmine.
A whole new
Actually, here's a good one. Who is the prettiest of all the princesses?
Pocahontas.
Well, okay, you're sort of. I know there's no
Who did you say? What?
Pocahontas.
Oh, Pocahontas.
Pocahontas.
Pokey Hot Pants.
Pocahontas. Who would you think? Because it would actually tell your sort of type.
Are there any redheads?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who?
Tangled.
I don't know. I don't watch.
There's two.
I don't watch this.
There's
I don't have kids, so.
there's Anastasia, the Russian one,
And there's Little Mermaid.
and the Little Mermaid.
All right,
Pervert.
Here, mate.
There, no wonder
I
you like
do-
a wee tuna tartare.
I like it. Here, mate. Give me that sashimi. You know what I'm saying? Bring it at me.
Leave the head. Oh no! I would actually Princess Jasmine's up there. I don't know why nobody said it.
She's up where?
She's up there. That's why I had to get that carpet up. Princess Jasmine or who? Shrek. Your woman from Shrek.
Fiona.
Princess Fiona.
Prayer
See,
post.
when she's an ogre, I like him thick.
I was going to say prayer post op. Which one?
Bring most of them. In transition.
It's just half and half, and you get her. But yeah, I'll Fiona's thick. Like I wouldn't say no. Do you ever watch Shrek?
Here, mate. Thick thighs save lives. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. You'd want them holding on to
That's
if you're
my
falling
excuse
off the,
anyway.
if you're falling off the building, they wrap your legs around you. You know you're safe.
Yeah.
Now, if you're trying to swim out of like an ocean or something, and there's only one, like Titanic situation, you'd be fucked.
Yeah.
What? Because they take up the whole canoe with their
That or the weigh it
legs?
down or something. I don't know. Or buoyancy, I suppose. it would
Buoyancy, yeah.
work. Sorry, I was thinking about that there. Went off on a tangent.
That's all right. It happens here.
Quite
You're in the
Sick of
place where this is the safe space. Only
an
problem
AA
is
meeting.
it's being broadcast.
broadcast.
A meeting for balloons.
It'd be an AB meeting, wouldn't it? Or a BA meeting?
Yeah, sorry. A.
Balloons Anonymous.
Ah,
Or
yeah.
Ba. But yeah, fuck guys. So the Disney princesses are up there.
Yeah.
I wonder, what you guys think. Email us your favorite Disney princess. Who you think? Is there somebody you've forgotten? Oh no. Do you know what do you call your woman out of the Hunchback?
Oh,
Esmeralda.
Esmeralda.
Oh,
She was gorgeous.
She
Actually.
was pretty hot. And the whole, do you ever see the way all the stories from Disney are actually really horrific in their original forms?
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, it's not Sleeping Beauty, it was
Snow White.
No, what do you call the other one?
It was
Cut the sisters cut their toes off to fit in the glass slipper.
oh, it's Cinderella.
Cinderella, so like shit like that there, because it was all like the Brothers Grimm and stuff and all.
Oh, aye.
And I think it was in Hunchback, Esmeralda gets like burned at the stake in the
Yeah.
original, or something really horrific happens to her. Because I watch all these films, I'm like, lovely, and then Fiona goes, come here, I fucking tell you. It's like, here, fucking patriarchy, fuck Esmeralda over.
Sure wasn't Snow White written by Hugh Hefner, because it's about now her living in the woods with 7 men.
Well, there's definitely an adaptation in there somewhere.
The same with, what was it, Frozen? Frozen comes from, it's a Scandinavian story. I don't know which.
No, it didn't. I actually thought that was a Disney original, because I thought they'd
No.
ran out of stories to steal.
No, they stole that one too.
Alright, I must look into that now.
So,
What did you think of the Frozen?
I've never watched it. You never watched it? I've got it.
So I hear throw a fucking hate on a film. She's never watched it.
Frozen's alright, like.
Love it.
What's your favourite Disney film of all time?
God, that's a good question, actually. What is my favourite?
Are you old school or are you new school?
I'd be old school, like,
I used to love Songs of the South, but that's completely racist. But I didn't realise that at the time. But
Is
then again,
Lamb-
so was Fox Dumbo.
Oh, Dumbo, yeah. Do you ever, is Land Before Time, Disney?
Oh fuck, I don't know
The
actually.
dinosaur one.
Land Before Time, I used to love that there.
I
did
love
too.
that one.
Littlefoot.
Yeah,
He had the big
Littlefoot.
he had the big leaf this ma gave him.
Yeah.
And they were starving and he never thought to eat it.
Yeah, it was really
I was for wiping
sad.
his arsehole. Or in case he got fucking stung by jigging nails. He'd be docket leaf in hand.
Turtlehead they used to call him. No, Wally all the way. Wally all the way. I don't even know if that is Disney. I think it might be.
I think it's Pixar.
That's Pixar, yeah.
Is it Pixar? Well, it's all the
I
best.
don't
It's
know.
the best animated film of all time.
Man, if it's not Friends, I really don't know what it is.
Just that's all you watch. Could you be any more close-minded?
No.
No. But yeah.
So, Jai, feet.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Let's
were having
talk
a very interesting discussion just before
Blew
the camera
my
hit.
mind.
I had to get you to sign a waiver to say could we actually talk about this online. But yeah, so you have a rather weird fan thing going on with you. Would you care to explain?
I don't know what it is with my feet, but apparently they're
Nor do I.
very...
I've seen better, look.
They're like claws. They've got some grip on them.
Gorilla grip foot. Got the airy gorilla grips.
It's a talent of mine, a hidden talent. Yeah, some dude made a foot website called WikiFeet.
Wiki feet.
No, let's give out the hyperlink. wikifeet.com/Jai McConnell's feet.
We're definitely gonna have to do something with this thing.
No,
I'm
mate.
gonna show everybody this thing.
It's funny, like, it's really funny.
fucking. The thing is, it'd be super funny if you didn't know he was probably having a wee one.
Yeah.
Over it, like. But I've never got that though. I've never
Yeah.
got an attraction to feet in my life. Do you know what I mean? It's face for me. I like a good face. Doesn't really
Like a
matter,
normal
but-
person.
Yeah, like a normal person. I like to see. I like to know my eyes are up here. That works for me.
Eyes
That's
for me.
where I'm looking.
Definitely eyes.
Definitely eyes.
I love dimples. I am an
Dimples? A
absolute
dimpler?
like smiles, big
Big
dimples.
dimplers?
It just
You
like,
can't see ours, like.
I know, you don't want to see them because if you're seeing our smiley dimples, you're fucking sick in the head.
Fuck.
It's a scat fucking film you're
No,
watching.
but it's funny, like, because you were saying about that before we started. And I was like, when we've had people come on here, and we know for a fact what's going to happen is when these podcasts go live, like their audience will see it and go, "Oh, who are these lads?" Blah blah blah. But we always made a joke about like getting people to sign up to our Patreon because they'll get free feet pics. But now we're actually going to get that
They're
audience
just not
come to
ours.
us.
But what I was saying, and I've been saying this
Just
for
put up
weeks.
pictures of Frodo. Just those hairy feet.
Before and after, just shaved and then unshaved. Like,
Brazilian foot.
what way do you like
If
them?
Frodo was a drag queen, get the fucking sunset.
I we wax just can you do that? Can you like, get his feet in the hair and then do it all different styles?
Just even like, yeah, maybe a bit of glitter in the hair.
Jazzle that big toe.
Jazzled.
But I said to him, we should start up a food fetish thing. Like if I was to start up a porn thing, it would be food fetish because I could not sit and watch porn all day for a job. Like it would just fucking destroy me.
That's
You
what
just,
the pandemic was, man.
why aren't I getting paid by the milliliter?
Remember when Italy was on national lockdown, like worse than anywhere else, for 3 months? Everybody was given free Pornhub Premium.
That's right. Aye.
I did not know that.
Pornhub
Yeah,
gave
that's
out,
right,
if you lived in Italy, you got Pornhub Premium, so people
Everybody
all over the world,
disabling their VPNs.
I'm in Milan.
That's awful good of them.
But
Very
I says the one thing that if I was to go like I'm going to go into the porn industry, I would do a food fetish website because like feet don't do anything for me. But that means that I can look at pictures of them all day unless there's like some real weird taboo food where like it's all stanking feet and all. Like I couldn't watch that.
Big toenails.
But I big stanking ones. Like I'd be looking at my own feet. But the thing is. You could send in pictures because there's no face, there's no ass, there's no titties, there's nothing to incriminate you.
Yeah.
So you're more likely to get subscribers. And I says, just call it Just Feet. Just Feet. You know,
Somebody say
ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
just be.
Yeah, so
There'll
that
still
would
be a fucking £2.50 delivery charge.
if you just want toenail clippings. Oh, actually, I started watching YouTube. You know, they have their stories.
Yeah.
Their one is sort of suits me better for some reason. It's just all stuff I like. But there's all these random ones, and the girl, fucking, I was like in the house, and I was sitting there like, get in when you get in from like a long day, and you sit down, you're like just scrolling mindlessly through your phone. And Fiona was sitting over on the sofa, and all she could hear me was me screaming, going, no, like I could control it. It wasn't like I was putting on. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I got my phone going, you're stinking, don't do that. And basically this woman was like, I'm sick of my husband's feet clawing me in bed, and he had all those, you know, the like cheesy callous feet, and she was like doing it with like a potato peeler. And but the worst thing was, it was right. It was all, she was doing it on the sofa, like with no towel down, and then she's like, oh, look at all that, and picks it up, and like running up to her hands, and I was like, and that's what I went, why are you doing? I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But it was like looking at me going, what the fuck's up here with you? Like, it's disgusting. And then she weighed it, 65 grams.
There's no way I'm paying for a YouTube Premium now. Fuck.
No,
I'll keep the ads, thanks.
I think you can block that, so you can if you get YouTube Premium.
Do you know what really confuses me though? Because you get so like the all creeps sending you like a DM message going, oh, I'll pay you such and such for a picture of your foot or blah blah blah. You get this quite a lot, and I don't understand. I'm like, you could literally just Google a
picture,
foot
You know what
for
you should-
free.
Do you know what you should do? Do you ever see that really
about?
famous image of the dick in the slipper? Do you see it? Just send that to them. The guy, have you never seen it? It does take you a second for your eyes to adjust, and you're like, that's a fucking dick in a sandal. Like, it's this big. I think it was my ma sent me the picture. She was
Your
like,
mum?
my mum
would not
always
surprise
sends me
me.
shit like this all the time. Like,
Your mum
for
sounds
fuck's
great.
sake, like, oh no. Well, you'll meet her. You'll meet her at the factory. You probably have met her at the fucking one of the christenings.
I think so, yeah.
But I know it's like someone got like a big heart on, and they're fairly well endowed. They got a size 11 like sandal, and they've just set their balls and they're cocking it. So
Oh mate. Oh.
that's weird.
I love how we both like naturally.
I'm just looking at my 10.5 Skechers here going,
Something sketchy.
could,
about them,
could I
right?
fill that?
Krusty the fucking clown. But yeah, that's what she do. She just send random fucking pictures of, you know,
Yeah.
random stinking feet. Like, get the money first, and we're like, there you go, where's your fucking thing?
Yeah, but I just don't understand why. Why?
It's such a strange.
Is it a control
fetish
thing? It's like, okay, I want to get that person there
to
and
do
then you
that.
do it.
Like, but surely if it was a control thing, you'd ask for like, show us your arse. Do you know what I mean, or something like something
Yes,
really.
something better.
Yeah, I was something more fucking at. Like, you know what I mean? Here, like, cause, yeah, but,
Tuck your dick between your legs and take a picture from the back, will you?
well, here, here, got paid for my fucking mortgage. It's done me well so far.
That's so funny.
So I say, like, we've all done it. We've all tucked it in between our legs, bent over, and went.
Especially me.
Fucking knew something weird about her.
That's it. You're sitting weird there. Too.
Yes, yeah, well, you know, lady boy.
I was just thinking because it's funny because
Yeah.
there's that there fucking line in the what do you call your woman? He always used to sing her fucking
Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yes.
Cause
I was just shouting it out.
Me,
by the way, I
I'm
had no
your
idea.
lady, and you
You're
my
my
lady
lady
boy.
Yeah.
I just sprung the head there for a second.
Fuck me.
But yeah,
That's a
that's
great
fucking
one.
strange. It's like because there is a real facet of like a real movement of creepy weirdos going on. I think it's just because people are on their own. There's been no like they've been out, you should have been at work all this time, and where the people have went. You know, maybe food fetishes aren't a good thing to be, you know, asking people, random people on the internet for. And they would have went, well, maybe they're right. Whereas they've been left to their own devices with fucking Pornhub on in the fucking incognito mode.
Yeah.
And they're just like, this is definitely convincing themselves that it's a good idea
They've
just to
got
message
bored.
somebody.
They've got bored and they've just went to the sickest of the sickest that they've become completely
Well, that's not
immune.
the sickest. Like, I've seen weird
Oh
shit.
no,
like,
not that. So just like so
Actually,
they can mix it up.
feet in terms of normal fetishes is it's normal to an extent, you know what I mean?
The
Some
pain
fucking
ones
weird.
baffle me.
Yeah,
The
I've seen like,
stilettos into the nuts.
Oh.
Like,
yeah, I've seen one
you
where
doing?
like the guy like it was like when the internet first came out, it was all what did you call it? There fucking it was like those websites like eBombs World, and there was a couple of other ones like real stinkers, and you know like you're 15, you're like look at that there, and there was like the dick with a fucking nail down the middle of it and all,
Oh,
and it's
my
like but there is people that are like they enjoy this, and it's like how do you find out? Yeah. Were you on a building site one day and just very careless when you were taking a slash and you're like, fuck here, that's...
It's like the flaming snail. Like, how, you know, how did that come?
Yeah, he was telling a story there about his mate who used to whop his dick into a weird thing and make it look like a snail, and then
He'd wrap his balls around his dick so his balls would be on top. 2 matches down, set light to it. But for health and safety, he would get naked first because you don't want your clothes catching on fire. Yeah, God, rest in peace, Danny. Because you better be dead.
If you guys want to know that full story, go back
remember
and
his last name now.
Check out the 20. I don't give it out because you get
not
hate
going
mail. Yeah, if you want to check out what the fuck he's talking about, go and look back at the last podcast,
Season 1. Yeah.
So,
Episode 20, I think it was, or 27, 20.
I really don't give a fuck.
It's in the title.
It
Do
was
your
shite.
own fucking
It was a
research.
shite podcast anyway, because
Don't speak for yourself.
it was.
That's right. Because was I hanging out in my hole?
You're always hanging out somewhere.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
But yeah, so
I love how the direction of the conversation went straight to porn.
Well,
Bonnie, you are the only person that's went to.
I know. What
out
is
of all
that?
out of all, there's been very few. Amy Montgomery did a dick joke straight away.
Yeah.
Which was kind of put us both at ease and on edge. that this wee tiny lady came in and just basically did a dick joke within the first like 45 seconds of being on, and we were like,
Brilliant.
"That's our thing. What the fuck are you doing?"
She overstepped.
So,
bitch.
yeah. Oh, here, something to ask you about, something we haven't talked about, but as somebody that would have known him personally, Rob.
Oh yes.
Rob
right.
McCulloch, the great Rob McCulloch, has passed away. Has been buried there last week, I think it was. So yeah, that seemed to be apparently there was a fucking huge turnout for it.
It was massive, absolutely
You were at
massive.
you were at the walk, weren't you?
Yeah, Fionnuala, your Fionnuala and me went. There was so many people there we couldn't even fit into the church. I think, and we were all standing outside and we were literally watching the service on our phones.
Oh, was it streamed? Was it?
Yeah, it was
I didn't
being
realise
streamed
that.
as
Oh, right,
well.
okay.
God, it was really sad. It was really sad.
Would you play well, or you sang with Rob and stuff a couple of times, didn't you?
He was the first person that let me get up with him on stage, and at the time I must have only been 17. It was in the Empire, so it was
What are you doing in the Empire at 17, Jay?
I know.
It was a different time.
It was a different time. We were sound with the bouncers. We were all good,
Yeah.
but it was an amazing experience. Actually, him letting me get up and sing, and plus singing up there, you can't actually hear a thing.
No, you can't. You really can't.
There's no monitors or anything, but just
Plus,
to get to do
you've
that.
got his backline, the guitar, and the bass behind you, just blasting you. So you're just like, fuck it, I'll turn me up and I'll shout.
Yeah.
But I think the Len was a good place to do certain things on the first time because
Empire.
the Empire, sorry, I don't know why I said the name right there. Because like downstairs is small enough, but at the same time you get a really good crowd in there. And
Unbelievable.
the Thursdays that he did in there were fucking fun, unreal. Like.
That's I wonder about that. That is that gig gonna be like? Would the Empire retire that night? You know, like famous athletes.
I think there's because I think there has always been talk of Rob stopping that anyway. I thought there was.
I had heard that,
but I kind of might know something about that, but I don't know if I know something. Do you know what I mean? You hear whispers in the trees, and you go, "Well, I don't know what's the real."
Because the disco
validity
boys used
behind
to do
it.
was that a Friday disco beer used to do or something? But it's a.
Well, they're not going to ask us. Let's put it that way.
No.
They're not going to ask us. They're not going to. We only know fucking one blues tune, and we don't even
class.
play it like blues. So you get up there and board the tits off people for 2 hours. I'll fucking pay to see that.
Anybody want to hear a Mozart Violin concerto? Me too.
Thursday
fucking
night.
press play on Spotify.
Just everybody fucking jiving out. Fucking,
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know either. It's the theme tune from Zap. That one that you used to use.
Oh yeah,
Zap.
the
Do you remember
Bacarina.
Zap?
Yes, I do actually.
Is that what it is?
Bacarina is called.
There you go.
That's what I
All you have to do is put a fucking Cypress Hill beat behind that.
yeah. Do you remember I got slobbered at one time at me and you went to Pugs and seen Aaron Mcconnell do stand up, and he was what do you do for a living? I went, I'm a musician. What sort of music do you do? And I went, everything. And he went, oh legit. So if I wanted fucking System of a Down with some Run DMC, could you do it? I went, aye. And then I messaged him afterwards and went, oh here, cheers for taking the piss out of me. But it was like what I was saying to you earlier about having like online Instagram relationships with people, but he had never met me before, and then he was like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry for taking the piss out of you." I was like,
He thought you were going to come back and beat the fuck out of him later on.
"Don't worry, that's your job."
Have you ever has anybody been ever, like, I'm going to assume like at gigs and all, people are creeps, but is there anybody that has ever like stalked you to an extent? Like somebody saying food pic, and then they're like, oh hi, I'm that guy that asked you for your fucking, has that actually happened?
Yeah, in airports.
In airports? That's fucking strange, of all places.
Airports, yeah.
Are they like working security or something?
No, it's I don't know. I do still have some, like, see, from the show, there is some people that have followed me, which I am really, really grateful for. But yeah, I've met some people that I've met in the airport, and then they followed me, and then
Followed you about the airport or followed you on Instagram?
like no, follow me on Instagram, and then they like they find out I'm like working in like a wee, like I was working in Keels before, and then like they seen where I was working, and like used to come into the shop and like ask me when I was making my album, and just being really strange. But like these were old men. These were like men in like
that is fucking creepy. Isn't it?
mid 50s.
It's so weird. 'Cause we were talking about people like whenever
It's very strange.
because you're online, there's that sort of like, oh, I support you, and therefore
That's sweet,
I'm allowed to fucking like forgo all social boundaries and
Yeah.
just be like creepy. It's like it is not. It's not
Aye.
like fucking. Don't ask me out.
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck you are. Like, the way anybody goes out with somebody is you talk to them for a while, and
Yeah.
you get to know them, and then you go. There might be a chance here. I'll fucking not. You see me fucking posing in front of a fucking whatever on Instagram. That means I'm available. Do you know what I mean? It's
know.
like that's not the way life works.
I just think those people are just like a wee bit not well. But like I mean, how can I say this? Like I am really grateful for people that are supporting and stuff like that. But I think for any man out there, no, and I'm like not like all guys are awesome, but
Not all men are awesome.
all guys,
Funny enough,
not all men are
Some
awesome.
people are just constant.
But you just have to be aware that girls are smaller and frailer, and you remember that if you're a man and if you come to approach a girl and talk to her about something,
threatening.
just remember that they don't know you.
Who
They're
the
going to
fuck are you?
assume to be danger.
But that is actually funny you said that is a real fucking thing, because whenever you put a post up on Instagram or whatever and there's like 150 people like it, they feel that they've gotten to know you better, but you have no idea who the fuck they are just because they like it. So it's this weird like sort of they're getting it's like the fucking like the they call it the eyeglass or the on the door, and when you can see through
Yes,
sort of
the
thing. So it's
people.
like the people, so they're able to see little glimpses of you, but you've no idea who the fuck they are. So when they approach you, it's kind of a you know, in their head they're going, well, I know her.
Yeah.
It's like, but
Yeah.
that's not the same the other way around.
Yeah.
And you need to fucking be aware of that.
Yeah,
They need to remember as well that what you post on Instagram is what you have chosen to post.
That's
You're
true.
not documenting your day. It's not like you're on Big Brother and you can be watched 24 hours a day.
Yep.
But like we'd even get, I've noticed times like whenever we would get like a wedding booking, for example, and then someone's approached us at a gig and do you do weddings? Yes, here's our card. We chat. Thanks very much. All the best. Then you get an email a month later. I saw you play such and such a place. Great, book you. 2 years later, we show up to the wedding, and me and him both go, "Do you know who the bride and groom are?"
I have no
Haven't a
idea.
fucking clue. And then or sometimes we'll get people approaching us going, "Oh, I've booked you for my wedding next year. I can't wait." And I go, "All right, okay." And they're like, "Do you not know who I am?" And I'm like, "See, the day I met you, I probably spoke to like 100 people.
Yeah.
You only spoke to me."
Yeah.
And it's like I'm
It's
not
not like
being.
you're-
I just can't. You know.
Well, the shoe on the other foot would be if somebody was booking a wedding and they booked 150 bands to
Yeah.
play at their wedding. Do you know what I mean? They're probably going to forget a few of those people.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's the opposite for us.
If we stood and had a conversation for an hour, there's probably a good chance that you're in my memory now. And I
Yeah.
don't know what your name is, but we literally spoke for 2 minutes, and
They
then
give
I
you a
had to say,
deposit.
"Sorry, I've got to get back."
Yeah. Once the money changes hands, we don't know who you
Yeah.
are. Do you have our address? No. Good.
No, that's our business. Where is our business address? Some fucking.
It's my house.
That's right. So
It is my house. So that's why. But do you get this as well? Actually, on Instagram, where it's like, I had a phone number, or no, like and it's like, why would I want random cunts phoning me?
Facebook's doing that too. Like add a WhatsApp as well for your,
Did
to
you
your
do
business
that?
page.
My mistake. I didn't realize being a silly girl. I just thought it was like, you know, the way you like get entered into your account. I didn't realize it actually showed your number.
Yeah.
And
Did
I was
anybody
getting,
ring you?
yeah.
Seriously?
It's
Fuck
kept ring
me.
me going, excuse me.
But even that's still not an invitation to fucking. It's like
was mad.
ringing you up. Like your number was in the yellow the phone book for fucking decades, but like you didn't get every cunt ringing you up every 2 seconds asking you fucking how your feet were.
That's funny.
How's your foot?
That's really
Fuck.
funny. you
Still got the
mentioned
gout.
No,
The gouty foot.
because we actually had a couple of years ago. We had a really like it wasn't like a funny experience of harassment. Somebody harassing us. And I had forgotten that whenever, and I'd done the same thing, when I'd set up our Instagram page, I had put my because it was like, you know, because it's a business page, so people could email us and phone us, so I put my number there, and then he got my number, and
It was a genuine pervert. Like,
yeah, this
a
guy
genuine
was,
Oh my
pervert.
God.
It was,
Like
yeah.
fucking like real like I'm gonna have to call the cops on you type of thing.
Yeah.
So we were like, right, we'll just ignore it. Cunt lives around the corner from me too.
yeah,
As well.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
no, we
fucking-
can't talk about it on this.
So
but
it's like, so it was one of those ones, right? We'll see how it plays out, and then any shit, I'll either drop him or fucking phone the cops. So, but luckily, he's sort of He's fucked off a bit, like.
But no, it was really bad. It was like because he got my number, was able to phone me and send really threatening messages and stuff and things like that there.
Breathing.
So obviously I blocked him, but then it was like had to block him off our Instagram page. And our Facebook, right? So we done all that, and then what happened was that he found people who had left reviews off us, 5-star reviews. They did my wedding, they did my birthday party. They were so class.
Slabber
and
about
then
us.
he was like, they're fucking cunts, they're this, they're that. So then we'd have to contact the people and explain what had happened, and they were like, "Oh Jesus, right? No worries, I'll block them." And then whenever we started doing the podcast, we're like, "Well, we'll do a podcast page." So that we keep,
to make sure,
because then people, because that's the thing is like if people want to go to book us for, if we're putting up podcasts, because we're talking about dicks and porn and shit like that there, and people are going to want to book us for their wedding or do corporate stuff, they're like,
what?
I don't want these guys, so we were like, right, we'll keep that
or
separate.
at least take away the mics from them when we're playing.
Yeah, but then when we started doing the Facebook page for the podcast, and I was like, oh, we can't actually ban him because we've banned him from our personal pages.
Yeah.
So if he ever found out about our podcast, he could probably do the same thing again.
Fucking get a slap in the tits.
So we need him to slap her before we can ban him again.
Slap his tits clean off him. Fucking people are weird. They're just
People
so
are
fucking
weird.
weird. I always find it's the ones that are the most guilty that are then the most fucking like harassing of you. Like as if it's like I have done literally nothing wrong here. You have been weird as fuck. So why the fuck are you giving me jip? Give yourself some fucking jip, would you?
You probably remind them of somebody in their past. Some way you've looked at them, or you made eye contact. I keep telling, don't make direct eye contact.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
See, girls have this amazing ability of like, see when like the crazy comes. It's like suddenly my pocket becomes the most interesting thing ever. And you're talking, and I'm like, okay. What? Sorry, are you speaking? Oh, okay.
What's this
my
bit of
pocket.
lint?
Yes.
Doesn't this look like?
There's a hair in my belly button.
No, don't do that. In front of them. No. Wait, ooh, let me smell it.
Oh, maybe
Let me
yeah, okay.
smell it there.
Or out crazy them.
Crazy
yeah.
the crazies. Funny, that's what a lot of people. 2 seconds after. We're still going there. A lot of people say like, I remember seeing a couple of videos where they're like, the girl was saying about the taxi drivers like, oh, they're making us wear masks and all fucking, you know, they're keeping track of us, you know, because that makes sense. Cover your face up so we can keep track of you more.
Yeah.
Makes fucking perfect sense. But she was like, and then she goes, no, I would rather wear the mask because they can't get you on the you know, the AI camera system. And he's like, actually, that's a good idea. And she's just getting him to fucking put his mask on. Or the gay fella going up to the guy in the supermarket and being like, are you coming to fucking whatever club it was? And your man's like, sorry. And he's like, fucking, you know, you coming down to a party, you know, with such and such? And your man's like, the fuck are you talking about? He goes, all right, sorry, it's just, there's a bit of an unwritten rule that if you wear your mask under your chin, that means you're up the party.
Oh,
and your
my.
man like fucking puts the mask up and he's like, use the toxic masculinity against them. I was thinking, but your mom was like your mom was quite obviously gay, like big buff, good looking sort of fella, you know, like,
Yeah.
so he was like
A big burr.
a big
was
burr.
it?
So it was like if your man had tried to hit him, he'd be able to defend himself.
Yeah.
Like, but I thought that was funny as fuck. So I crazy the crazies.
I think you're not mad, like you can run about with, sorry to change the subject, but like the fact that, see with the masks, you can walk into a shop, I wonder if there's any more robberies. See the fact that you're walking with sunglasses and a mask and a hat.
It's just, I don't know. Hard, like for the first couple of months, they probably shit themselves, going like, "What the fuck?" And then if you're in Lidl, sure they've got fucking hatchets lying about. You fucking, you know, they've got everything to rob a shop in the fucking. They've got the big long drill bits to get into the safe. They've got the fucking high part. You could like Ocean's fucking 13 it, you know, but like inside Lidl, they just stay there and just get all the shit in the middle aisle and fucking rob the place blind, like.
Yeah. Grab a thermos on the way out.
Grab a wee thermos, grab a wee wooden play set, and then some sort of ski mask, and then a driving wheel, steering wheel cover, all from the middle aisle, as well as everything you need to rob a bank.
Do you find you get recognised more since you wear a mask?
Recognise more?
I do. More like where people see me and go, all right, Mick, and I'm like, that's the only thing.
He's in the middle of robbing Lidl, and he's like,
And people are like, all right, Mick, and I go, how the fuck did you? And you're across the street. I haven't spoken. I'm not carrying a violin.
don't leave the
nothing
house
like that.
anymore, just because
that's true.
it's sort of gone that way. So, and I kind of like it. So nobody recognises me anyway.
It's
So
funny, but like see people getting their conspiracy theory heads on about fucking tracking us, they're tracking us and all. I know these lads who developed this app for hospitality, all sorts of stuff. It's called. It's basically it's a way of if you go to a restaurant, you use like Open Table or Res Diary or something like that to book a table. So it's this like centralized thing that bars and clubs can sign up to.
Yeah.
So like say you're going out on a Saturday and you're like, remember that whole thing you used to go to a bar and then you do a bit of bar hopping. The things have changed. Now it's really hard to do that because you got a queue. It's such a melt and it's such a stress when people stay at home. So, but it's this way of literally planning your day so you can basically book a table in this bar and that, but it's all localized on the same system. So
that's a fucking plug. I've not a plug for the.
No, but
what's the app called? Who's it by?
I'm not telling. Because if it doesn't, it hasn't actually gone live yet.
Well, they owe us money if we get loads of new customers.
But basically, they were posting about this on their Facebook platform and on NI Business about how this thing was going to work. And then some dickhead was like, "Oh, it's just another way to fucking track you. Big Brother's always watching." And I just replied, "Mate, you're on Facebook." I put fucking my privacy settings. I'm like, I don't even know you, and I can see your fucking child's photos on your. Do you know?
It's fucking strange. People are just weird when it comes to that sort of thing. Like, there's somebody written up the way COVID 1984, and it's like you have not read that book. You have not read that book. Like I can guarantee you now, you know the general theme of 1984, but you haven't got it, or you've seen the fucking film. But I was like, and it's so funny because people don't get as well. They go, "Oh, 1984." It's like. He was writing that about the year, it was a.
And he wrote it in 1948.
So but he was writing he was doing a fucking. He was doing he was doing a satirical novel about his current time.
Yeah.
About the way he saw it and the way it was going. It wasn't a fucking prediction that by 1984, Big Brother would be putting your fucking your head in a rat cage type of thing.
There was one prediction that did come true. You ever seen the film Contagion?
No.
Is it not Contagion?
Oh, is
Whatever.
it not Contagion?
Is it? I don't know.
Oh,
see, you're like, I've never seen that before.
You were saying Contagion for weeks, and I was like, I'm just going to let him just say it. I'm just whatever makes him happy.
But that one is like that's as close to the bone, like the terminology, social distance, and things like that. There.
When was that out? But
2014 that came out.
But then you look at the day after tomorrow, and fucking 2013.
But it came from China. It came from a bat. The WHO gets ridiculed by the fucking government. All this, I'm like, fucking.
The thing is,
scary.
most all diseases have all come from China over the last load of centuries. I'm not even making that up. Like it's the perfect breeding place for all that sort of stuff because of the environment and all. Because I was reading into it because people were like the Chinese thing and like all the Chinese people fucking us over for centuries, and it's like they're not fucking making these up in vats and then sending them out to people, posting them out. Do you mean it was but it was like I think the plague originated in China, and all the big sort of fucking epidemics that have ever happened have all come from China.
Northern Irish teenage pregnancy. Fucking all originated in China.
But like they were saying, I think it was in Dear Edinburgh, they were saying it because of like the Industrial Revolution, because there's so much deforestation and stuff like that. Like
everything's moving closer together.
Like see, like the little rodents and stuff like that who carry the diseases. The big predators are getting wiped out, and so therefore the ones that carry the diseases, we are actually causing it ourselves.
Yeah, they're moving in. I'd say that because they're saying there's going to be more than what's happening now. There'll be way worse to come. Like just if we continue the way we're going, because I say like all the fucking mice are going into your house and they're carrying fucking ticks and they're this that and the other.
Well, I would just like to say. 43 minutes, we're going to clip that and we're going to say, see, we could be intellectual. Just that's going to be the advertising clip for the whole series.
We're going to have to try and
we break it down.
We're going to try and like pause it and like flash like like the scholarly hats on us, the capes and all. So I'll be able to find them online, hopefully.
That's amazing.
If I actually get around to doing it, I might not bother my home. I always say these. There's so many times when we were doing a podcast, I'm like, oh yeah, I should do at this bit, do that there, and it's like, and then I just go, just slap it all together and stick it on YouTube. Like I can't be annoyed.
I think I've seen you do it before with the wee hats.
The wee hats and all.
Yeah.
I've done it. See, whenever I can be arsed, because see, editing these, it takes fucking 10 minutes to put it all together. Because I have the start done and the end done already, and I just put them on to the video and then change a few the lighting and all that sort of stuff, make it nicer, and then throw a banner around it, and that's it done. But the actual the actual editing of the funny like 1 minute clip takes like 2 days. Yeah, because it's like I have to come up with something, and then I have to fucking go find everything to do it, and then I have to like. There's been times I have to write music to do it.
Oh,
like the one where I did where he loves anal. Have you ever seen that? The cup. Yes. So I just wrote that. I went in the GarageBand and did the fucking just grabbed a beat and then started playing keyboard over the top of it, and then I was like cutting bits of him out to fucking put over top. It took me like 3 or 4 hours, and then
I took so much oral control not to spit that out.
Well, that's what these are for. They're waterproof, man. So see when he loves you, no.
It hit the back of my teeth, and I was like, nope, keep the lips stoned there, mate.
I actually, it happened to me because I listen to the podcast when I'm cooking.
Oh, right. Oh,
Oh,
shit,
the spot-
sorry.
I know.
Sorry.
No,
You spitting
and I
in
love
people's
it.
food.
I love
me.
it. Well, it's just my food, so it's not so bad. But yeah, no, I put it on like the big speaker in the kitchen while I'm cooking and piss myself laughing.
Funny, I can't listen back to it. Like,
It's your voice.
Yeah, but I have had to listen back to it to do some of the things, and you do get sort of over it a wee bit. But like, I couldn't watch a full one of us start to finish. I was just like,
I have to listen to them because he goes, what are we calling this? And I go, I can't remember what we talked about. So he sends me the file, and then I have to listen to it and go, we talk. So then,
well, this one's going to be called whatever the fucking name of that food fetish website is.
Wiki feet.
Wiki feet. Wiki feet. And so what a weird fucking name for to come up with as well.
the thing fucking was it Julian Assange got done for WikiLeaks, and there's now Wiki Feet.
Wiki feet.
Yeah.
That's
Sexy.
that's amazing.
Wiki feet.
I must check if I've got one.
You
And
might.
you've got that would be really funny if somebody had created.
It'd be better. No, it wouldn't be feet. It would be our tits.
No, because I know there's perverts that fucking watch this.
There'd be like literally shots of me standing sideways with a cleave, and that would be up there.
Yeah.
You ever see those pictures? It's like, is it a cleavage or bum?
I always remember South Park when they do that. They trick the fourth graders by hanging a necklace around Cartman's arse, and they take a picture, and they're all like, "I'm taking this picture to the bushes," because they think it's the man's fucking knackers.
Porn in the bush, mate. Porn in the bush. What a lovely time. No, I remember the first time we played.
Porn in the hand, there's two in the bush.
First time we played in Larchfield Estate. We had a wedding there. Gorgeous venue. First time we'd ever been there, and us two rapscallions showed up. And sure, when we left, Gav was like, "Oh, here's a phone booth over here." One of them old school phone booths. And then he did like a fucking strip show, and I had to photograph it. But it was really handy because we needed like a poster for the gig we were playing that night. So I was like, "Well, happy days." I'm just him on the phone. Doing it.
Shirt out. That's
Yeah.
back when I did nothing for my health. I literally was eating whatever fuck I wanted and just was a big fat cunt.
I think you were a happier man then.
Slightly.
I was a happier man then.
I'm healthier now, like, but I was like coughing to my hand. Something like that would have broke my back. Last time. I don't know what it is. Like, putting on weight as you get older.
Yeah.
One of the things I've noticed
You point at me.
well, the fucking two of us have done it. Like,
No, it's me too. I'm like,
but has anybody sneezed and really hurts their spine?
I did it
Yep.
yesterday. No, I
Like, it's
always
like,
get it
what
all
the
along.
fuck's up with that? Like I sneeze and it's almost like I went to a chiropractor because my spine goes like that. Like, and you're
Yeah.
like, fuck's sake. I thought that was just me. Because
No.
whenever I first started going to the gym a couple of years ago, and my back muscles and all got really big and all was getting bigger, and then I sneezed, I was like, what the fuck was that? Was that I fucking hate sneezing now. I used to love it. You'd be like,
Yeah,
achoo, oh.
Going to the gym woke up your lats, you see.
What is it?
Your lats.
My lats? What's that?
Your laterals.
Is that on your back? Oh, your back muscles? Using your technical
yeah,
mumbo jumbo.
it's right there.
Aye.
Your back paps?
When you pull down.
Giving it all that. I don't know. I just go and do a push and a pull and a run, and then I'm home and I have vegetables.
I know I've seen you.
You've seen me
I've
doing
seen
it?
you. That fucking gym workout video you did, for our promo.
The,
that is literally how you work out. That wasn't even for
just
like a joke.
Zombie Nation
Stage.
on fucking constantly.
It's like that. Mr. Motivator on GMTV back in the 90s.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
My uni lecturer for
Was Mr. Motivator.
my
Fuck
marketing,
off.
yeah, my marketing lecturer was one of Mr. Motivator's dancers. His name
Yeah.
was Ray Sylvester. Legit, if you could go Ray Sylvester.
That's funny.
what it
My uncle was working for a guy. He think I think it was Yale.com. No, like the fucking thing. So they had to do all the. No, we'll build you a website or we'll put your list in. And they got in like a new manager in, and he was all Mr. Yeah, we can fucking uphold. Like I'm Mr. I love my job. It's like your job makes you dead inside, but you're acting like you're not.
The Rock and Sentinel Intelligence, basically.
Yeah, but he was getting on like fucking, we need to hit our targets. Yeah, we fucking do this, that, there. And he goes, just think of me as Mr. Motivator. My uncle goes, what's your first name? D? It's very good.
Oh, your mom sounds like great crack.
What is it?
Your mum sounds like great
No,
crack.
that's not my mum. That was my uncle.
Oh, your uncle? I thought you said your mum said
My
that.
uncle.
Aye.
Sorry,
Fucking
apologies.
hell.
There was actually, I'll tell you an argued one and a weird one. So basically, he was telling me that they had to do one of those fucking, those terrible office, let's do, you know, sales training, but build a team and all that bollocks. No, those
Do
fucking
trust exercises.
trust exercises and all that bollocks. So the tasks they were given, they were all in groups, and they were like given like fucking 10 minutes or whatever it was to decide what they were going to do. And so the scenario was, right, you're phoning somebody in a bar with the intention of getting a date out of it. You have one sentence that you have to say. So it was basically about, you know, like your first interaction with somebody is, you know, that's how you hook them, sort of thing. So they're like, we need you to think about it and all that there. And they're all going round. I came to him and he says his line was, "You think this chat-up line's cheesy? You should smell my dick." And he says everyone went quiet and like one other person burst out laughing. And he was like, if I would have been that other person, if I had been there, I would have fucking rolling. Just that somebody would say that.
Did nobody else laugh? Just one person?
Just one person.
Oh my God.
But it was one of those ones, he says it was like one of those ones where you're like fucking, you know, they're not laughing at your joke, they're laughing at the fact nobody's laughing. I would have been fucking rolling.
That's incredible.
Because
in fact, when you...
So if anybody who's a client of Yale.com, I got that.
It was funny, I guessed the end of that before you finished it. I went, that's what he's going to say, and that was what he said. But then that says more about me than anything else.
Classic, and very predictable. So
I had a customer service job once where I had to say something. I ended up saying something really outlandish. We were hired as a company to do like mystery shopping and
that's right,
price checks and stuff like that there. But we were hired by Tesco and Sainsbury's and Waitrose and all the shops to basically check the prices and then to spy on all the shops for them.
Yeah.
So I would always, but I lived in England at the time, so I'd get given the Northern Irish shops to call because then it was a bit more believable. Because you kind of had to make up stories as to why you were wanting to know the price.
I
of
have
them.
no legs, and
because you were like
socks.
Basically, you're having to pretend.
You go see what the price of them.
You were basically having to like go pretend that you were like an old man who had no access to the internet or something. You'd do something. You're like, I'm sending my son round and I want to know how much money to give him. So you had to blag it a wee bit.
Excellent.
And there was this one time where I had to phone this shop and it was sanitary towels that I had to find the price of.
Yeah.
And it was like, I had a busy. It was so funny character. Like it was proper method. Like, and I'd phone up the shop and I go, I basically went. My daughter's had her first period, and I can't leave her. She's really distraught. I was going to send my son round. Do you happen to have such and such in stock? And the person who on the phone, instead of just going, yes, they cost this much, they went, sorry, why are you calling? And I was like,
doesn't fucking matter.
So I committed to it. I was like, mate, any chance? So then the manager would come on. Sorry, sir, why are you phoning? Because my daughter, blah, blah, blah. I want to send my son round. I need to give him money. Blah, blah. And they still wouldn't give me the price. But it got really heated, and then everybody in the office could hear this. And they were all fucking going, this is really funny, because they could only hear my end of the conversation. And then at one point,
they failed their check.
And then at one point, so I just went, can I just get the price of a fucking fanny pad? And that's the thing in Belfast that people would say. Nobody in England's ever said the word fanny pad, and the place fucking erupted. And then the manager gave me the price, and I was like, thank you very much, and hung the phone up. And the boss was like, well, there you go, mate, you got the job done. That's that contract finished.
He's definitely failed his check, your man, on the whole everybody. Like, it doesn't really matter what the fuck why somebody's phoning, they're asking you a question.
I know, I was thinking, you'd have to do loads of random mystery
What
shopping.
a cheeky thing to say to somebody on the phone if somebody's asking the price for something like that.
But that was because I think they all got like shops would get savvy because they knew that people would have because you couldn't physically walk into a shop and go and just go around a camera and start taking pictures because then a manager go, what the fuck are you doing in here?
I do that all the time actually. If there's anything funny like on the
No,
shelf,
this is
like,
like-
I just walk the phone out and take pictures.
This is like 15, 16 years ago. This is before.
When your fucking camera phone.
Hello.
See the place where I'm working at the minute. We always get the weirdest phone calls. It's the same people, especially around this time of year. Get these people ringing, going, "Hello, is this the flag shop?" The Union Jack flag shop, and it's the guy he's been putting out the flyers out, and he's put the same number as our cafe.
Oh right.
So it's like he had to go around. Oh, can you change your number? you know, it's because it's like one digit wrong or something like that. And
How do you get your own telephone number wrong? Like,
yeah, I know, exactly. It's just around the corner. Like, it's on the Newton Ards Road there. And he's like, oh, okay, no, is it open today? Especially around July. It's going non-stop.
they're loving their flags. Like.
Yeah, I was going to say if the flag shop's open.
No, but I could do you a nice wee croissant with ham and cheese. If that sort of, that could be all they need. Maybe they're like really into this and they really want to spread some hate. But all they need is a good fucking feed. So I mean, if you're, I have eaten big meals and I've been too full to be bigoted. Like,
Too full to be bigoted.
So like, you know, I have to have a wee lie down. So maybe that's all it is.
If you can't get a hold of a flag, just go buy a nine-pack of Andrax out of Tesco. Here the club card price is really reasonable and it serves the same fucking purpose. And it's a Union flag, not a Union Jack, because Union Jack is a pirate ship, you fucking inbred.
Union Jacks, do you know here a really weird story actually? Funa's Granda, he was in the Merchant Navy. And he's buried in, I think he's buried in some sort of like Catholic nationalist thing, but because it was all like that, like, within the Navy, that wasn't seen as an oppressive thing, the Union Jack. It was it was like your Navy fucking thing.
Totally.
So his coffin was like taken out of fucking Andy Town, draped in a Union Jack. And fucking all this sort of stuff, right? But it wasn't because everybody knew him when he was in the Merchant Navy. So
it's always been a weird thing for me living
strange.
here. I lived in England for 9 years.
Yeah.
And I saw one Union flag once, and it was on top of Buckingham Palace.
I know other flags.
You never saw them. And then I came home, and I was like, am I riding the battle here? What? Like, it's just every street just coated with them. Yeah, so I always found that to be a very surreal thing, because I was like, lads, you know, they actually don't want us. They're trying to get rid of us.
They have no idea. They can't understand what we're saying.
No.
Or anything like so. Fucking.
I remember Jackie, Fernando's brother, telling me he really, really wanted to open a Union Jack flag shop. He said he'd make a fortune because there's just so many of them.
Yeah, he just loves it. Just invest. He's anything for a buck.
Can you imagine Decky? A Decky, sorry.
Hey, Decky.
Anyone called Decky?
Jacqueline here. Your local flag man.
Flags.
Jacqueline the flag man.
Actually, my name's Derek, actually.
Jag the flag.
Flag.
Fucking hell.
No, sure, I remember years and years ago, whenever like, you know, when the hippies were coming up, and like, we were all
Sherlock Holmes.
We were all the fucking hippies. You had all sorts, but we were Gary, another fucking my brother-in-law was. He was wearing a fucking, what do you call them? God Save the Queen, Sex Pistols, hoodie, and the whole irony of it is,
they're anarchists.
Yeah, they're anarchists, but not now. This is fucking sell butter, you sell a cunt. But so he'd be walking down Andy Town, and people would just be like booting him. Because they think he like genuinely is like, if you like this band's been out since the 70s, you fucking dicks. I mean, you should, or the 80s, maybe, I don't know when they came out. But so it's like, you should fucking know it by now that it's an ironic statement.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Taking the Union Jacks off your wee MPS and all as well.
That's
I
right.
remember doing
I
that.
just didn't buy them. I didn't have the money for nice stuff.
It's a strange country. I was down in Seaview yesterday at the beach, and I was wearing my more blacks, more dogs, more Irish t-shirt, and the looks I was getting, I'm like, fucking get over here.
More black Irish dogs, please.
Aye, please.
S'il vous plaît.
See if you play.
But it's just weird. Like, people are just so stuck in the.
At Sea, it's at Hollywood Beach, Sea Park.
Really nice. Oh, Sea Park, yes. Sea
Yes,
Park,
yes. I grew up in Hollywood.
Yeah,
and
it's gorgeous.
it's gorgeous.
There's nobody there. It's because everyone goes to Helen's Bay and all that there. It's really nice and empty.
yeah, but there is like real like there is
Definitely
Protestant.
deep-seated fucking posh sectarianism there.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
It's like people that shouldn't be sectarian because they've got money and like they don't really need to worry themselves about it. Like.
It's like there's no flags on the street. I know that's because they're directing people to the other areas.
You want a flag? I know a good place. I know Jacqueline the flag man. He come round and sort you out. What flags do you want? Wee loyalism one? I'll get you a wee loyalism flag, mate.
I better stop talking about that.
I know you're going to get all your hair. That's not sunburn you've got. That's fucking rage. Man, that is some fucking.
Because I'm blue skinned.
That is some pink ass sunburn, like.
So I go from blue to white to red and then back to blue.
Isn't that ironic?
You're not going to pay.
You're red, white, and blue.
Aye. But at least I know more about your country's history than you do.
Fuck's sake. It's not
Yeah, and
fun.
you don't even live in it. There you go.
Fuck's sake. Right, okay. Welcome to the socialist fucking meeting of Sunflower here.
It's the place for it.
It's fucking, well, there's half the audience gone.
I'm only
Fuck's
joking.
sake.
You're all welcome. It's fine.
It's okay.
Just,
I'm a Thai.
just-
like old hybrid.
I know you're a Thai Scottish woman.
just read another book.
Just But yeah, fuck here, we've nearly done our hour so far.
That's
so
flu.
That has flu.
Oh.
So it's like a flu from China. Came in quick. left you hollow as fuck at the end. So
Emptied.
This
emptied
is so
out.
PC.
Gastro
I
issues.
know, it's terrible, isn't it? We can't fucking like, it's the thing is, it always goes so well, and then when we know we're like finishing up, we're like, right, what can we say? Racism, sexism, misogyny.
No, hold on.
Let's give it all. Fucking
That's
crack
usually
here.
you.
It is
With me
usually
going,
I don't know, and that's when the editing comes in. That's when I go, no.
but that's better that it's at the end rather than in the middle. You're like, for fuck's sake, how am I going to
Cut out a
separate
good
these
whack.
two?
In fairness, I did encourage it a wee bit. So
I know,
it's
Jai, you're a
fine.
bad fucking influence.
Racist
So
bastard.
what? Anyway, so before we go, what is on the horizon for Jai? Jai Shan? Jai Sion
She's marching on the
Mcconnell?
12th.
Yeah, well, actually, there's a funny story because of the middle name thing. Is my middle name Shan, but my mum, being from the Shankill, wanted an Irish name. So she, I was born in Bangkok. So in the hospital, mum was just had an epidural, had a baby, and spelt my middle name wrong.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's
is
why.
that what it is?
So that's why it's Sanan
It's all right.
on
there
my
you go.
birth certificate.
So what, was she looking for S-E-A-N?
She was looking for S-I-A-N, Shan, for Shannon.
Okay.
The Irish way, but spelled it really wrong.
Okay. Well, those all the
S-E-A-N,
drugs.
Sean,
Like,
to be fair.
Sure.
Sean.
All right, Sean's
But, yeah,
happening,
But
mate.
that's what I see when I look at you. I see a Sean.
Thanks, babe.
Checking the flags, man. Right hand man.
Yeah. But what's on the horizon? I'll hopefully get a wee Spotify channel up for myself and just start putting tracks out because I have been kind of in
Dormant.
Well, not dormant. I've kind of been in like under the cloak of night, working away at songs and stuff like that, and not actually putting them out. So I'll hopefully get more out of that and doing a wee bit more gigging.
Sweet.
the future.
Hopefully when it all starts back up.
Yeah, when we
we'll
all
see you
start
out
back
there.
up.
So
Yeah.
yeah, thank you very much for coming in, Jai,
you.
Sean. Jai Sean.
Thank you.
Yeah, so check it all out and check on Jai's Instagram page. Don't send her any fucking weird requests, you big bunch of perverts, unless you've got the money to back it up with. I think that goes for all of us, like, to be fair.
Wikifeet.com/string ninjas. That will be right by the time this goes out.
If you see a cock in a sandal, you've gone too far.
That's the most fucking Irish directions I've ever heard.
If you see a little cock in a sandal over there, you've gone too far. The beach is round to the right of that there. By the chippy wall of seagulls sitting eating the sick.
Right. End it there, please.
See you later.
Bye.
All new episodes of the String Ninjas podcast every Monday on all major streaming platforms, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Or subscribe to us to get early access to both the audio and the video versions of the podcast at patreon.com/String Ninjas.
The String Ninjas Podcast.